Covering the news for a living is absolutely wild. Every day it feels like I wake up and I hop right on to an emotional roller coaster. Because one minute I'm covering a heartbreaking story like the Emmanuel Harrow case involving a 7-month-old child whose life was taken by his own parents. And then the next moment I'm covering a story like this one involving a serial butt sniffer. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard me right. There has been a serial butt sniffer on the loose in California for years now. And you might remember I reported about this about a month ago because this guy got arrested a month ago for sniffing butts. Now, crazy enough, that wasn't his first arrest for sniffing butts, and little did we know at the time it wouldn't be his last. But I thought that because he had a long criminal history of sniffing ass, I thought that finally this may be the butt to take him down. A month ago when this guy got locked up, I figured that his reign of terror, his reign of sniffing butts may finally be over, but I guess I was wrong. It is California. So even though this guy had been arrested for sniffing butts at least a half a dozen times, they let him right back out on the streets again. And what did he do? Can anyone guess? Oh, you guessed correctly. Come on down and get your prize. You guessed that he sniffed butts again. Yes, he did. The guy's been locked up and arrested for sniffing butts like a half a dozen times. Every time he gets arrested, they don't hold on to him. They let him right back out in the public to sniff more butts. And now he's been arrested again, just a little over a month since his last arrest. And people in the area where he roams, no one is safe. You might be at the grocery store looking at spaghetti sauce, and this dude will mosey on down the aisle. He'll bend over to grab, a box of elbow noodles, and next thing you know, he's sniffing your behind. Famously, he actually got caught on video and went viral at a Barnes & Noble's because a Barnes & Noble's employee was rearranging a bookshelf, putting all of the books in alphabetical order. This guy bent down to act as if he was looking at a book on a lower shelf, and next thing you know, he was sniffing ass in the middle of a Barnes & Noble's. Caught red-handed, caught on video. He went to jail. He got right out. And at this point, I don't know what's going on here, because how many butts does he have to sniff before they hold this guy for an extended period of time? It makes no sense that I made a video about this butt sniffer a month ago, and here I am again. I'm taking time away from talking about more important stories to talk about this guy because, look, after you've gotten arrested for smelling butts in public like 7 or 8 times, I think this guy is only going to get worse. When does butt sniffing, when does he reach the point where butt sniffing is not enough? When does he take it to the next level? That's something that everyone should be trying to prevent, which is why I'm making this video, because people in the area have been crying out for help for years. Law enforcement won't do anything. And I know it's funny. It's funny. I get it. And maybe that's why people aren't taking it seriously, because it's a serial booty sniffer. I get it, but it is something that should be taken seriously. Because if you're willing to just sniff ass in the middle of Barnes & Noble's, what would you do if you had access to one of these women in like a dark alley? If a woman is walking by herself at night, what do you think this guy would do if he will publicly smell their butt inside of a bookstore? But let's go ahead and dive into this article and find out a little bit more about what's going on here. Burbank police have rearrested Khalees Karen Crowder, age 38, after a report of yet another butt-sniffing incident inside a store in Burbank, officials confirmed to KTLA on Friday. Details are limited. Details are limited? Oh, man. I'm sorry. Like I said, covering the news for a living, it's an emotional roller coaster. Over the past week, I've been covering a missing kids case. And the details in that case, the details are very serious, right? But right here, they're like, details are very limited about the booty sniffer. How complicated and detailed could the details be? Why are the details limited? He went into a store, once again, he sniffed some ass, and then he got locked up, and y'all motherfuckers are going to release him right back on the street to sniff butt again. Next month, I'll be talking about this guy again. But they're like, details are limited right now. Investigators are keeping the details on the hush. We can't ruin the butt sniffer investigation. Anyways, let's hop back in. Details are limited. Police did not immediately identify the store or release a booking sheet for the new case, but they said it happened on Wednesday night. This arrest comes only weeks after Crowder was taken into custody for sniffing women's rear ends while in public, a crime he has been known to repeat for years. In July, officers said store surveillance at the Empire Center showed him following a shopper in the women's section, crouching behind her and inappropriately sniffing her buttocks. In that case, prosecutors filed 1 count of loitering with intent to commit a crime and set bail at $100,000, according to the Burbank Police Department. Police noted in July that Crowder is a registered offender and at the time on active parole with a documented history of similar arrests in Glendale and Burbank dating back to 2021. KTLA has asked corrections officials to confirm his current parole status following Wednesday's arrest. Anyone who believes they were targeted in a similar way is urged to contact the Burbank PD Investigations Division at 818-238-3210. So police had to set up a whole hotline. Like, hey, if you're in the area and your butt got sniffed recently, call this number. My question is, why are you setting up the hotline if you're going to just release this guy from jail? And my next question is, if this guy is a registered offender and he keeps getting caught sniffing butts, shouldn't that be enough to keep him behind bars? What more do you need? It's like they wait until these crazy people kill someone to actually do something. But the signs are already there. This guy should be behind bars, right? But I'm really wondering, what is this guy's end game? What is he really searching for? I feel like if a woman takes care of herself and has good hygiene, and you walk by her in the store and you try to smell her butt, you're probably only going to smell her perfume and maybe her laundry detergent or something like that. I don't think you're going to smell straight butt. I think that this guy is on a search for some straight swamp ass. And that's why he keeps, striking again. That's why he's a repeat offender. He has not found the butt that he's looking for. Okay? He goes and he sniffs all of these butts, and he's not getting that aroma that he really desires. I think this guy wants to come across a pure swamp ass. And once he does, maybe he will, he'll put an end to this reign of terror. Maybe if he comes across a straight swampy, smelly ass crack, maybe then and only then will he stop. Because obviously police aren't keeping him behind bars. I don't know how else to stop this guy. So that's the only thing I can come up with. But you come up with the solution down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.